Welcome back to the Bryan Devore Connection. I'm your host, Bryan Devore. There is a secret to aging successfully. What is that secret? I'm sure we all want to know. Well, here to talk to us today about that secret and the research they're doing on it and its effect on seniors and longevity is Danielle Glorioso. Danielle, how are you doing today?
I'm so good. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. So you are with the Stein Institute for the Study on Aging.
Yes.
And we've been talking a lot in the past. I love the work you guys are doing.
Yeah.
And you have a secret here we're going to talk about in a second. So first, what's your background and what is the Institute on Aging?
Oh, thank you so much for asking that. Okay, so we're based out of UC San Diego here in La Jolla. And we've been around for over 40 years.
Oh, wow.
I'm really excited to say that we were actually the first institute in the UC system, the University of California system, dedicated on aging research. So we've been around for over 40 years, and our mission has remained pretty constant, is to advance lifelong health and well-being through 3 innovative buckets: research, training, and community outreach. And I've had the great honor and privilege of being the executive director of the Institute for just over 10 years.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
And you guys do a number of different studies.
Yeah.
So tell us about some of the variety of studies you guys do.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we've been looking at successful aging and healthy aging for about the last 20 years. So many institutes of aging, and especially across UC San Diego, we have a lot of researchers focused on aging, right? But about 20 years ago, we decided to go a little rogue and do something different, which was to focus on something called healthy aging and successful aging. So these are household names now, but 20 years ago, they really weren't. And so we decided to look at, like, what are the things that go right with aging? So rather than focus on disease and disability, let's focus on how do we enhance the aging process, right? So our research has been really focused around what are the things that help contribute to aging successfully, what are the things that we can enhance: wisdom, compassion, empathy, resilience. So these are concepts that what we have found is that they are tied to longevity.
Got it. So it's less about physical things like diet and like exercise, but it's the emotional things that contribute to the physical things.
Absolutely. I mean, we definitely look at those factors too. We're sort of looking at everything across the board. But for us, over the last 20 years, that has been our focus, sort of like the psychiatry and mental health and sort of the other positive psychological factors. Now, we are right now in the midst of a strategic planning process, which means that our mission is expanding and growing. So we will be building upon that and sort of looking at some of the underpinnings of aging. A term called geroscience. So geroscience is really new to me. It's an innovative form of science that looks at the biology of aging. So sort of what are the drivers of aging? What are the drivers of disease and disability so that we can help create health span, not lifespan, right? So health span is really about adding healthy years to our life versus lifespan is about adding years to your life. We want to add health to your life.
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, because no one wants to live to be 120 and be sick for the last 30 years.
Exactly.
You might, so I like this idea of the strategic plan. Do you have a timeline?
Yes. Yeah. So, the Institute's been around for over 40 years. And what's amazing about it is we've only had 4 directors, which is fascinating, right? So about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, we had a new director named Dr. Allison Moore. And so during that time, we decided, let's sort of look at what we have been doing well and also consider this as an opportunity with new leadership to grow and expand. And so about a year ago, we started this really robust strategic planning process, which I have to tell you, as somebody who's been at the Institute for over 10 years now, this is probably the most exciting time that Institute's had under my watch in 10 years. And so what that means is we are coming up with new ways to change and grow our mission, which means that our research portfolio is shifting. So now we're focusing on geroscience, so the biology of aging and sort of that innovative work. We are expanding our work in communities because one of the things that we have found is that our following and our support from the community is sort of deep, but not wide, right? So we have sort of this narrow, deep trench of people who know about us and follow us and support us. But the truth is, like, how good can we be if we're sort of narrowly helping older adults?
You want to touch as many lives as possible,
because the more older adults we help, the better our mission is, right? And so we are now developing something that we're calling the SDCAN, the San Diego Communities of Aging Network. And so this is really to bring our work fully across San Diego County into all communities, all populations, And in order to do that, we need to be able to connect with all the communities throughout San Diego County. So we're building this San Diego Communities of Aging Network, and we're also really adding more leverage to our training programs.
Okay.
Because right now, what's happening in sort of the scope of federal funding is that a lot of the funds are getting cut for valuable training programs, right? And we need scientists who are going to meet the needs of older adults, because as we know, people are aging and they're living longer, right? And so if we don't have trained professionals to address that, then we are going to be in trouble. So we are adding more innovative training programs to what we're doing too, to help sort of fill the gap of what's happening with NIH funding cuts and whatnot, so that we can really meet the moment and sort of continue the important work of the Institute.
That's very exciting.
Exactly.
So talk about resilience intervention.
Yeah, so this is a program that me and my colleagues created at UC San Diego, and it's been studied for about 10 years now. So when we sort of thought about this concept of like, can we enhance resilience, we didn't know if we could create a program that would, but the fun thing about working in research is that you have the opportunity to develop something, get funding for it, test it, and see if it works, right? So we created this program that was based on the science of resilience. Like, what are the key components of resilience? Let's put together, it started with a 3-session program, and then it grew to a 6-session program that has like key things that are tied to resilience. So we've now tested this program on Zoom, one-on-one with older adults during COVID. We've tested it in several states in the United States. We've tested it in Israel, and we've also tested it in England. And I am so proud to say that this 6 weeks intervention has shown an increase in resilience, an increase in wisdom, an increase in self-compassion, and a decrease in depression and perceived stress.
Wow.
6 sessions. Yes.
I mean, that 6 sessions is not a lot.
It's not a lot. But what's interesting about the 6 sessions is that a lot of times when we first pitch the idea to older adults, like it's a 6-session program, they're like, oh, I'm busy, I don't know if I can commit to 6 sessions. By session 3, they're like, this isn't long enough, I don't want to stop at 6. So I think that it's one of those things that it's like, again, it's about your sort of perspective on it and mindset. But it really has been such a privilege and honor to watch it grow and watch the impact that it's having on the lives of older adults that are utilizing this program.
So you do, what kind of age range are we talking about?
Yeah, so we've looked at it from 60 plus.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, but it can be adapted for all ages, all populations.
Right.
Yeah, and right now it's licensed through UC San Diego, so it's available for purchase for anybody who wants to use it. It's being done in communities right now. Several senior living communities in San Diego have it, and a senior center in San Diego has it as well. But
that's powerful.
It is.
It makes a huge difference. What are a couple, or at least one tip you can talk about when it comes to resilience?
Okay, so again, like I said before, everything that sort of we know about that enhances resilience are household names that you've all heard about, right? And so some of these tips are going to feel like, yeah, it's kind of obvious. But really the secret sauce of it is the intentionality behind it, right? So let's think of some of the key things. Number one, it's engaging in value-driven activities, right? So people who are engaged and in alignment with the things that matter to them have higher levels of resilience, right? So it's not unusual for us to sort of get busy or get overwhelmed or stressed and sort of find that we lose our way from the things that matter from us. Maybe we're not seeing our friends as much as we did before. Maybe we're not going down to, the pickleball courts like we used to do, whatever it is, right? So it's sort of reevaluating our values and making sure that our life is in alignment with those values. So that's number one. Number two, it's social connection, right? So it's not about how many social connections you have. It's about the quality of the social connections that you have, right? So for some people, you might want only one really strong social connection, and that will do it for you. Other people need 4 or 5. So making sure that you're engaged in social connection. Gratitude practice. The science is clear. People who engage in gratitude journaling or just gratitude practice on a daily basis have stronger immune systems and better physical health outcomes. So it's engaging in daily gratitude, and then also stress management. So another very easy thing to do is like deep breathing exercises. So if we're finding that we're overwhelmed or stressed, or like our friend upset us, or our grandchild disappointed us, like just some very simple 10 seconds worth of like deep breathing exercise where you sort of breathe in for 4 breaths, hold it for 2, breathe down for 4, hold it for 2. You do that 5 times, like back and forth, it will immediately bring your stress level right down. And that's something you can do in the car when you're driving. You can do it at the grocery store or in the checkout line. You know, it's one of those things you can do anywhere, and you'll immediately bring your stress down.
You know, I think people are so wrapped up in their daily lives and their daily activities, you know, root word being active, they don't take a moment to pause sometimes, you know, and take care of themselves. Be centered.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. So resilience, I mean, yeah, we've seen the studies, especially human connection, that's super important.
Yes.
But, you know, you can see if you're engaged in activities that matter to you, you're going to stick it out more, you're going to want to see it to the end, and it helps build that resiliency muscle across the board.
Absolutely. And engaging with things that really matter to you helps you stay connected to yourself, right? And it's like if we feel tethered in ourselves, we can sort of weather those storms. It doesn't mean the storm won't push us around, right? But the more rooted we are in ourselves and who we are, the easier the storm will sort of pass. And that's really what we want to help people do. It's just like get right back. Like if you're in the midst of a crisis or a loss or something, like you've just lost your license or maybe you've lost a good friend, like re-engaging in the things that really matter to you will help you sort of weather the challenges of those things.
Right. And like you said, the key is intentionality.
Yeah.
And people have to kind of own it and take advantage of it. But like you said, 6 sessions and the success speaks for itself.
It speaks for itself.
For sure.
It does.
So more information is on screen for the Institute on Aging. You can go to their website or give them a call. But I definitely encourage you to take a look at the studies they've done, the work they're doing now, and how you might take advantage of some of these groundbreaking research they're doing. I'm super excited about it. Danielle, thank you for coming and sharing everything you guys are doing.
Me.
My pleasure.
I really appreciate it.